So, from experience, can you share why communication and attitude is so important in getting and keeping a job? And how do these skills compare against technical skills or knowledge? And from your experience, how TS your bootcamp focus all of this from day one and a daily basis until you are placed?
Technical skills are important, knowledge is important, but they kind of are nothing against your interpersonal skills. And when I say interpersonal skills, I mean your communication, your attitude, your approach to work, and your approach to other people and conversations, your personality type. I would say I always knew it was important, but when you enter the job market and when you start your job, you will actually realize it is more important than knowing everything. You are basically judged more on your communication, your responsiveness, and your attitude to your work and other people and teams more than what you know or what you can do. Because it's very human and normal for everyone to not know everything. You don't have to be 10 on 10 on every skill. You don't have to be perfect at every tool or technology. You don't have to know the answer to everything, but it is your communication, your attitude, and your mindset that sets you apart. Maybe you don't know things, but you are a very can-do person. You are a self-starter, and you're very eager to learn and apply yourself. Maybe you have questions and you don't know how to figure things out. You don't sit there quietly and waste time and fail at figuring things out. You are communicative and responsive, and you communicate early and often. That is a very important one. Communicate early and often, and you get the help you need. So personality, attitude, mindset, communication are super, super important, not just to stand out, but quite literally to keep your job, quite literally to make the day-to-day easier. You are measured based on how well you can communicate, how available you are to other people, how easy and collaborative you are. Because, as I mentioned, you're constantly working with other people. Especially in this tech field, there's no really such thing as working solo. Maybe a few little tasks here and there as part of projects you are building yourself, but there's no work that is being done that is just for you. You're constantly going to have to be in communication. You're going to have constant project sync-ups, team sync-ups, one-on-ones with people you're working with. And everyone is going to talk about who's making the work easier, who is actually contributing, who is being responsive. People do not like negative people whatsoever. Again, it's okay if you make mistakes. It's okay if you don't know things, but if you are negative, if you complain, if you blame others, if you have a personality that is overly sensitive or takes things too personally, if you are someone who doesn't speak up too much or respond to others, those are all constantly working against you. No matter how good of an engineer you are, no matter how skilled you are, no matter how much you know, if you cannot communicate, if you have a negative personality and attitude, if you have a mindset where you give up when things get a little difficult, or you don't want to try, or you want to blame others, you're not even going to get the job. You'll see someone who knows less than you, knows more than you, can do less than you. I mean, and they'll get the job just because they're better at communicating and presenting themselves and being more positive. TS4U has always told us from day one that while you're learning your technical skills, please, please, please build your communication skills and even how you are interacting with your other program members, how you're working with your instructors, how you're communicating with everyone. Those are indicators of how you will be in your professional life. I remember Shibu sir used to be very strict with us on showing up to sync-up calls on time, on properly giving us status updates, on updating our boards and sharing updates in the chat. He used to make sure that we're also treating each other appropriately and communicating well, whether it was with our instructors or whether it was with our assistance crew or whether it was with Shiblu sir or whether it was with any other team member we were working with. It is extremely important. I remember sir used to hold us to high standards to act accordingly. And you will get to the workplace and realize that is how it is. He was really only simulating a real life work environment by enforcing those things on us. So I would say, of course, as you're learning in your programs, please do, you will need the technical skills, but you have to sharpen your communication. You have to work on your attitude or mindset if you feel like you're someone who gets a little scared too easily, who wants to quit if things feel just a little difficult, or someone who is not wanting to respond or update or scared of communicating with other different people. Those are extremely important. That is what makes or breaks you having a job or not. From day one to the last day, from stage one of job searching to the very end, that is what will set you apart. You have to understand this market in many ways is oversaturated. Don't think you're the only one who knows things. Don't think you're the only one who has these certain knowledge and tools and technologies. So many people do. The ones who can show how well they work with others, who can communicate clearly and well, who prioritize being a positive person, a collaborative person, someone who's willing to help and learn. Those are the people who will go the distance. And that is only what's going to that is all that you will really see and verify more and more as you're in the real world working situations.
Thank you.